I'd like to call our meeting to order at this time, and if everyone would join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. If everyone would stand and say our pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, we need an approval of the agenda. Motion by Mr. Johar. Second by Mr. Bowers. All in favor of approving the agenda, say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And moving down to the treasurer's report.
Thank you, Chairman Rager. Distinguished board members, now I bring you the finances as of January 31st, 2020. The revenues this month, our beginning balance was about $18.096 million. That's up $2.3 million from last month. Monthly receipts are up $5.4 million from last month. That's mainly due to the TVA check that was received. And it's up $1.4 million from the same period last year. SEEK remains unchanged. Federal is up 470 and state is up to 133 because if you recall last month they didn't get turned in, so this is both of those. Taxes are down about $3.16 million. So with total monthly receipts of $11.7 million for total revenues of $29.8. Expenditures. We had accounts payable of about just a little over $1 million. Construction was $275,000 of that. Debt service $95,000. Payroll was $2.7 million for a total expense of $3.7 million. Accounts payable is up $282,000 when compared to the same period last year. Again, construction. Significant bills in January were $225,000 to Train, $95,000 to Old National Wealth Management, and $49,000 to Westerfield Builders. Payroll is up $55,000 versus January of 2019. Sub-costs are up 5% when compared to the same period last year. A breakdown of accounts payable for all the funds. Fixed and mixed expenses are $787,000. Utilities are $108,000, and variable expenses about $155,000. The breakdown of the accounts payable, again, a little over $1 million. General fund was about almost $517,000. Fund 2, $71,000. Construction was about $275,000, and debt service about $95,000 of that. Food service and daycare was about $92,000. So the cash balance for close of the month was $18.86 million with about $635,000 outstanding checks for a cash close at the end of the month of $18.2. The breakdown of that balance, general fund, 18.3, that's up $8 million. Obviously, TVA funds, main cause of that. Special revenue for Fund 2 is at a negative 344 balance. That's up $147,000 from the previous month. Construction is at $845,000. It's down $245,000. That's the payment to Train and Westerfield. Most of those remain the same otherwise for a total of about $26 million, and again, up about $7.9 million from the previous month. The extended financial picture through June of 2020, we expect to have about $19.69 million in the bank at that time. Are there any questions?
Is there any discussion? If not, I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by Ms. Wells. Second by Mr. Bowers. All in favor of approving the treasurer's report, say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And payment of bills and salaries.
Thank you, Chairman Rager. This month we bring $671,825.79. The majority of that is in debt service, $506,579 to Old National Wealth Management, and the other significant second bill for Dell was to Dell Marketing for $7,320. Any questions?
Motion by Mr. Johar. Second by Ms. Bard. All in favor of paying bills and salaries, say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. Thank you. Public participation?
Go ahead and start talking.
We don't have, we don't have any, so we'll move on down to administrative report with the superintendent report. Mr. Davis.
Thank you, Chairman Rager, board members. Just a few things. Eric and I continue to try to get a better handle on how bad the TVA cut's going to be, and we have continue to talk to our contacts at TVA and our folks at the State Department. We're going up in a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and to Frankfurt, and hopefully we'll get a better idea so we can budget properly and be able to move forward. So as of now, we're still struggling with that, but I think we're closer. So hopefully that will happen soon. Keeping an eye on legislation. I was at a meeting yesterday with a lot of superintendents at WKEC, and there's a few things out there. It's not as tough as it was last year. Nothing on the pension stuff at all, really, yet. The one to watch is there's still some scholarship tax credit stuff that worries us, where they may pull some money out of public education and follow kids to private schools, which we're not for, and that would hurt us financially. So we're watching that, and maybe it doesn't feel like that's going to get a lot of traction, but maybe it will. So we're concerned and just kind of keep an eye on that. But a few other things, but those are a couple of the big ones, and just keep you updated on that. As you know, I actually finished today. I got to my last school. We got to South Elementary today. As I've talked to each faculty, staff, talked to the bus drivers, talked to folks here about possible facilities plan changes, and we'll talk. There's a couple of agenda items related to this, but I have said that it is my goal to get all of our kids on one campus, and that will not happen next year. There's other issues with cafeteria and all that would have to be taken care of, but we'll start the process of talking about that. How feasible is that? And we have an architect working on some things, so again, that's something that that'll come into more clear focus later, whether we can do that or not. But as of now, that's simply my thoughts, my goals, my vision. And there's a big old long process that would end right back here. So we'll keep you informed on that. But that's all I have tonight.
Thank you. And the personnel actions are in our minutes. And the attendance and enrollment report, Mr. Freeman.
Thank you, Chairman Rager, board members. I'm going to go real quickly our 5th month attendance, which began December 9th of last year and ended January the 15th. We're running a sort of a month behind due to the fall of when our school calendars or school month ends. Attendance, we were at 92.97, which was up 0.77 for the month. And as of that date, ending that month, we were up a little over a quarter of a point for the year. Okay. Enrollments, as of that day, we were at 4,409. That was down 81 compared to last year this month. Down 93 from the last day of school of last year. And we were down 28 compared to last month, ending the 4th month. Ran numbers today, our enrollment today is exactly 4,400, which would be down 9 from the end of that 5th month. Any questions?
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on down to our board action items. A is to consider college coach position at the high school for the 2021 school year.
Thank you, Chairman Rager and board members for considering this again for this next school year. As you know, we've had the Kentucky College Coach position at the high school for 3 years now, and it's been a very successful and instrumental program for our students as we work with the college application campaign. We're in the process, sort of, as you all know, of rebranding college, so to speak, in terms of college. It's no longer a bachelor degree or a PhD. College for our students means technical classes at the community college and technical school and that sort of thing. So this position, while school counselors work to meet the social, emotional, academic, advising, and mental health needs of students, this position of the Kentucky College Coach allows us to have an extra hand in the office, essentially, whose sole focus is on college access. This person works with students on completing their FAFSA application for federal grant money. This person also works with students on scholarships and college application and transcripts, on sending those materials to the college. It's a full-time position, 37 and a half hours a week, 10-month position. At this point, though, with the $14,000 cost, AmeriCorps pays for $7,000 of that cost at this time, as before, and the Martin Foundation has agreed again to pay the other $7,000, meaning this position would be no cost to the district, and you have, I think, the decision paper as well with the other job duties, roles, and responsibilities. This person has been very instrumental in helping us with the students with the college and career fair activities and planning and evaluations and organization, as well as helping us acquire guest speakers and that sort of thing. We provide the workspace. We provide, so that is what the district provides there, is the workspace and the technology, access to a laptop, and that sort of thing. And I recommend, too, that we hire this coach again for the high school, and it will be almost a new hire every year. And the way that AmeriCorps perceives this is they do the hiring every year. We simply let them know we are interested in the program again, and our spot is saved for us to have the program.
Do you get different coaches each year?
Because the position only pays about $14,000 a year, it has turnover in most districts. The position does have some student loan forgiveness benefit, but the reason we have such turnover is simply because it is a requirement for the candidate to have a bachelor's degree. They're near-peer mentor. They come in, they get some leadership experience and some good training from AmeriCorps. That helps them on their resume, but they then move up and out into something that pays, a better wage, or go into a master's program or that sort of thing. So it benefits the community in that the past 3 years we had a young person who graduated from our high school who had the opportunity to come back as a near-peer mentor and mentor students at the high school at which they graduated. So it is a benefit in the culture piece as well. But yes, that is the reason for the turnover. If the coach chose to stay, they could certainly reapply, and most likely that
So you had
consideration.
good luck with this?
Very good luck. Such good luck that we want to continue it, and I do know they have started another program at the college, and one will be placed on a grant at the Madisonville Community College this next year too, at Central City. So that's another advantage. They expanded the program to include a college near-peer mentor.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
I have a motion by Mr. Johar,
Second.
second by Ms. Wells. All in favor of considering the college coach position at the high school for the 2021 school year, say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And consider a donation for Project Prom.
And I have that one. Thank you, Beth, for taking one for the team and letting them get to see the team. Appreciate that. This one, for previous 10 years, the board has donated $500 to the Project Prom, and it's just a safe, drug-free, alcohol-free environment. And basically, the money would be used to purchase prizes for the kids there. And so it says it's the parents' hope, it's everyone's hope that we would continue to do that. So that's what I'm recommending.
I make a motion to consider the donation of $500 to Project Prom.
Second.
Second by Ms. Bard. All in favor of considering the donation for Project Prom in the amount of $500, say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. Next, item C, consider amending the 1920 school calendar. Mr. Freeman?
Thank you, Chairman Rager. Board members, due to some weather, inclement weather, and some illness among our students and staff, 4 student instructional days, 2 staff work days, 2 professional days, 1 staff closing day need to be amended to our current calendar in order to meet our KRS school calendar guidelines and requirements. Friday, March 20th, we could use that as a student instructional day. That was currently listed as a work day on the calendar. Also, Monday, March 23rd, we would be able to use that as a student instructional day. That is listed as a work day, staff work day on the calendar. And then we would have to go to 2 dates after our current closing date for students. That would be Thursday, May 21st, and Friday, May 22nd. Therefore, if this is approved, then the last day for kids would be Friday, May 22nd. Also, we'd be able to use Monday, February 17th, as Mr. Davis declared a staff work day, and then Tuesday, May 19th could be used as a staff work day, and those would be our 2 last staff work days. Tuesday, May 19th, that's the election day. Students can't be in school, so that's why we chose that. Also, what we would do is we have 2 professional development days we'd have to tack on at the end of the year. Those would be Wednesday, May 27th, and Thursday, May 28th. And prior to that, we would have the staff closing day, which would be Tuesday, May 26th. Obviously, that Monday is Memorial Day. So that would be my recommendation or proposal, and that would, as of right now, that would be, if nothing else occurs, this would be final. Wouldn't have to come back to you, and we know when the last day for kids are and the last day for staff.
So last day for the kids is May 22nd?
I'm sorry?
Last day for the kids is May 22nd?
Yes, it would be. Yes, sir.
I need a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve.
A motion by Ms. Wells and a second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of considering amending the school calendar to reflect student instructional days, makeup on Friday, March the 20th, Monday, March the 23rd, Thursday, May 21st, Friday, May 22nd, and Monday, February 17th, Tuesday, May 19th for staff work days, and then Tuesday, May 26th for the closing day for staff. This also would make Wednesday, May the 27th, and Thursday, May the 28th, professional development days, and then the last day for staff would be Tuesday, May 26th. All approved, say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. Hope we don't have to do that anymore.
Thank you,
That's the
Ms.
worst motion of the year, having to approve the calendar. Goodness gracious. All right, next item is to approve Family Resource and Youth Service Center's assurance certification for the 20 to 22 year. Ms. Roberts, hello.
Chairman Rager and board members. Tonight I just wanted to tell you that the Family Resource Center coordinators have worked very, very diligently to get their continuation program plans completed. This shows you a little bit of the work they've done. That's not all of it. And what this includes is like a state checklist, center operations information, their advisory council membership, their bylaws, their center inventory, a needs assessment, what they'll do to address each of the components that they must address as a center, their SBDM signature page, their school district assurance page, and their Frisky Advisory Council assurance page. So it's a whole lot of work that they've been doing in the last couple of months to try to meet this March 1st deadline. So what this item is we need the school district assurance page signed tonight by the chairman of the board. This is signed on even years, every other year, and once the signature of the superintendent and Board of Education chair is obtained, then this page will be sent to the Family Resource Center coordinators, who will upload all of these plan components along with the assurance page. The copy of the signed document is submitted to the state on their state website, and then the assurance document certifies that to the best of the signee's knowledge that the information submitted in the documentation for the Frisky continuation plan is correct and complete. And I'll let you know that I've had copies of it and had a chance to look through it, but if I miss anything, the regional coordinator for the state, she will also look over it. She'll send it back to them if anything needs to be corrected. So there's a lot of checking that takes place to make sure that it's accurate before it's actually submitted in final form. So the school district authorizes the Frisky coordinators as its representatives to obligate the school district to conduct any ensuing program or activity in accordance with all applicable federal and state laws and regulations, as well as the assurances that are listed in the document. It does say see attachment on your paper, but actually Sherry has the documents that need to be signed tonight. So I recommend that we obtain the signature of the Family Resource and Youth Service Center's School District Assurance Certification page.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Ms. Wells. All in favor of approving the Family Resource Assurance Certification, say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. Thank you.
How did you oppose Penny anyway?
Exactly. Exactly. All right.
For $10 million first time.
Mr. Freeman could be giving 10 million to the public.
Item E, approval of SBDM allocations for the fiscal year 2021. Mr. Bletzinger?
Thank you, Chairman Rager, board members. This year, we'd like to continue with the $110 per student. That enrollment is, because as the enrollment continues to drop, it's still reducing a little bit by the schools. It goes off of the fifth month numbers, what we used to allocate this previous one, and then adjustments are going to be made in the second month ADA next year for final numbers. So right now, we're recommending $110 per student.
Any questions? Need a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve that.
Okay, motion by Ms. Barr, second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of approving the SBDM allocations for the fiscal year 2021, $110 per student, say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And item F, consider 2021 student accident insurance.
Thank you again, Chairman Rager. This year, the bid actually has gone up about $2,000 in the last 3 years. It's continually gone down. However, in fiscal year 19, we had a large claim with a student that did not have insurance, so this is why we have this policy. So right now, the premium did go up a bit, but again, this is why we have this. So the bid is for $54,284.20, and I recommend that we do continue with this insurance.
Any questions? If not,
Get quotes on this from more than one.
We do, what the agent that we use actually farms it out to several different places, and this is the best rate that we're getting. And the K&K insurance that we use, they've been relatively easy to work with, so we continue to use them just based on the previous working that we've done with them.
any further discussion? Now I need a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by Ms. Wells. Second by Mr. Bowers, and all in favor of considering the 2021 student accident insurance, say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. Thank you. Item G is to grant permission to convene local planning committee for the purpose of preparing the district facility plan. Mr. Davis.
So I'll just read this to make sure I say it right. Upon receipt of a letter from the Kentucky Department of Education dated on January 21st of this year from Mr. Greg Dunbar, the District Facilities Branch, we have been notified that in accordance with KAR 4-180, it is time for us to update the Muhlenberg County Facilities Plan. The local Board of Education must grant permission to convene the local planning committee with the charge of studying the current plan and moving forward. At this time, I'm asking the board for permission to convene the local planning committee with the purpose of preparation of the district facility plan.
So
That's what I was talking about earlier, yes.
I make a motion.
I have a motion by Mr. Johar. Second by Ms. Bard. All in favor of granting permission to convene the local planning committee for the purpose of preparing the district facility plan, say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And item H is a selection of board member to serve on local planning committee. Mr. Davis.
Well, the committee consists of parents, administrators, teachers, community members, and central office personnel. At this time, we're in the process of seating those members. The LPC also includes one board member. And so with that being said, I'm asking that you select among yourselves the member who will represent the board on the local planning committee.
So we'll open up the floor for nominations. And I would like to nominate Darryl Bowers.
You want to
anybody can nominate whoever.
If you could do it, just make a motion.
Man, if she wants to do it, that's fine.
Do you want to?
I don't care.
I didn't know about your schedule. Our schedules are
Let
crazy.
Kim do it. She needs.
Do you want to do
She
it?
needs to get in.
I don't, I would love to.
You would love to do it? Okay.
I won't be able to, sorry. Are you talking to me?
Sorry, I want to step back.
Yeah, we just,
I nominate Kim.
okay. So we have two nominations. Okay. So don't we have to do like one and the other? Isn't that right?
I don't think so.
I thought we had to do that the last time.
One person wrong, we agree to.
A second.
You still gotta vote on them.
Oh, yeah.
So you got a second. Okay, so this time we have two motions for Kim to be our board member to serve on the local planning committee. So we'll take a vote at this time.
Just withdraw your motion. Just withdraw your motion. To nominate me, you can withdraw.
Oh, well, I thought if it didn't get a second that it would automatically not.
Okay.
Is that right?
It works either way.
Okay. All right. So you're a vote.
You've been kicked off and I'm on.
That's right. You're out. All right.
Did they say out with the old Darryl?
Hey, he can keep up. That's okay. All right. So
You can be my assistant.
we'll vote on selection of the board member of Kim Bard to the local planning committee. All in favor of Kim, say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. So Kim, you're it. Yay. All right. So we'll go on to item I. Consider SFCC fiscal year 2020 KETS second offer of assistance. You should just stay up there.
Well, they split me up though, I don't know why. This is the second offer of assistance, it's the technology SFCC offer. It's for $28,165. We have to match those funds. It's funds that we normally wouldn't use otherwise for technology, so it's just to help bolster our funds on that respect. So we're asking that you accept the second offer of assistance.
I'll make a motion.
Have a motion by Mr. Johar,
Second.
second by Mr. Bowers. All in favor of considering the SFCC offer of assistance, say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And item J is consider the SFCC fiscal year 2021 offer of assistance.
Thank you, Ben.
Construction.
Yep, this one's for construction, so this is, excuse me? Oh, okay. This is we receive it biannually on odd years. So the SFCC will give us an offer. It's $54,920, and that's towards bond payments. So that equals roughly $750,000 in bonding capacity that we could do with that amount of money. That's based on the current rates right now. So I mean, it could be plus or minus an amount when we actually need to use it, but we can escrow this right now, so just put it into, whenever we need to. We did that with the energy bonds, along with that to do the project for the lighting and the HVAC project. So I'm asking that we accept this one as well, and we'll escrow it until we need it.
Okay, is there any discussion? If not, I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Ms. Wells.
Second.
Second by Mr. Bowers. All in favor of considering the SFCC fiscal year 2021 construction offer of assistance, say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none, and we're down to the board consent agenda items, which is approval of the minutes of the prior board meeting, considering the leave of absence request, approval for shortened school day, consider lockers and store wing as surplus property, considering fundraising, and field trip requests. Everyone's had a chance to review all of this in their packet. Is there any discussion? If not, I need a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by Ms. Wells. Second by Mr. Bowers. All in favor of approving the board consent agenda items, say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Johar.
Second.
Second by Ms. Wells. All in favor of adjourning, say aye. Aye. We are adjourned.